Hey guys, it's your girl Londyn, and today I'm bringing you a super special video. Today I'm going to be getting ready with a ton of new products, but most importantly, I'm going to be using the new Pat McGrath Holiday Eyeshadow Palette. So, if you have not already, head on over to Instagram, follow me there so you can see what I'm doing when I'm not here on the YouTubes. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified of all my new videos, because there are a lot of things that are going to be happening this holiday season and a lot of new releases dropping. So if you're ready to see what I'm getting into, then go ahead and hang on, because 2 shakes and we'll be there. Okay guys, so if you haven't noticed, the backdrop is a bit different. What happened with that? So I do still have the backdrop I had before with the kind of very festive fall. It's actually where I'm sitting at now, but I started working from home, my husband started working from home, and I got to be able to combine my room into an office and a beauty room. So one side is the office, and that's what you're looking at now. The other side is the beauty room, and that's where I'm sitting. So occasionally there may be a switch in backdrops from one side to the other. So today I just decided, hey, let's go ahead and let's use this one. So we have tons and tons of new products that we're going to be using today. We have some new CATRICE products. We have some new BECCA, I know, eyeshadow products that we're going to be using, and most importantly, we have the brand new Pat McGrath Holiday freaking palette. I mean, look at just the unicorn. It is so gorgeous. So we have this to put on our eyes and give a try. Now we are going to do our eyeshadow first, because from the reviews I've seen, this does tend to have a bit of fallout, and so I don't want to kind of set it up for failure by getting my face done first and then being upset that it kind of, you know, did what it did as far as fallout. So this is what it looks like. It is gorgeous. It is pink. It is everything I would want in a palette, in just like, oh, just so beautiful. Now this is made of, I would assume, some sort of cardboard. However, it does actually feel pretty weighty. It has the colors of the shadows on the back, and like I said, this is pretty weighty. When you open it up, it does have a mirror that is the full length of the palette, and then these are the shadows. And I love that right here she put these like black bands, so that way this will actually stand on its own. So if you wanted to use it and it was standing up, this is what would happen, is that it would stand on its own. The mirror is not going to fall back, it's not going to fall forward, it's not going to fall backward, it's just going to stand up nicely for you. So if in fact you were traveling or you don't have a substantial mirror of your own at home, you can use this mirror and not have to be trying to do like the 2 thumbsies thing while you're trying to do it, because it will stand up. These are absolutely gorgeous shadows. They're just, oh, absolutely beautiful. Now, from what I see in the palette, there is only 3 mattes. There happens to be a more mauve tone pink matte. There's kind of like a deep plum matte, and then there's kind of like a muted brick red matte. And I will somewhere in here kind of insert a picture of the palette as we're using it, so that way you can see like exactly what I'm talking about. Pat McGrath generally does do a lot of kind of shimmers, sparkles in her palettes, these things called special shadows. I'm not somebody, I know, here comes a horrible opinion, here comes out, throw the tomatoes. I am not a Pat McGrath stan. I have 2 of her smaller palettes. I've never gotten a mothership palette or anything like that, but I wanted to give this one a go. I do know that I believe her motherships, which have 10 shadows, I believe, are usually $125, and then I think her 6 pan shadows usually are about $65. This one is 18 shadows and it was $78. So this one was definitely a steal of a deal. However, the pan sizes are a bit smaller, but I think it's very difficult for anybody to really hit pan on eyeshadow, so I think that that's okay. There's no particular reason why I haven't become like a Pat McGrath stan. I just, nothing really ever appeared to me. Divine Rose 2 did look very pretty in its pink packaging, but it didn't necessarily call to me to go out and get it. So this will be my first time. Again, although I have 2 of her smaller palettes, I've actually never opened them, never used them, actually using Pat McGrath shadows on my eyes. So I am hoping that I'm not too blown away, because Pat McGrath, much like Natasha Denona, is very expensive. And right now, I spend my money on Natasha Denona, and I would hate to also love Pat McGrath and have two substantial eyeshadow brands and makeup brands that I really enjoy, because that would be a lot of coinage taken from the pocket. So, like I said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with our eyeshadow first. I don't particularly have any kind of look that I'm going for. So just kind of bear with me a bit. I do have my color switch, so that's what I'm going to be using to kind of take color off of my shadow brushes. I'm going to use the Wayne Goss number 17. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a matte color. And the first matte color, and again, there's no shadow names written on here because they are on the back. So I'm going to do the best I can to kind of line them up. I'm going to go in with Dragonfly. And Dragonfly is just this kind of gorgeous kind of mauvey pink, if you will. And there is a bit of kick up, but again, it's a shadow, it's a powder, what do you expect? So let's go ahead and see. Now I have primed my eyes with the NYX Proof It, which is my tried and true ride or die eyeshadow primer. So let's go ahead and see. I'm a little nervous. Okay, let's see. Ooh, okay. Okay, Pigment, who is she? All right. Very nice. I mean, because I went in lightly because I've never worked with Pat McGrath shadows, so I'm not aware of the kind of pigmentation they truly put on your eye right away. So I didn't want to, again, wanting to give it the best benefit, I didn't want to kind of set it up for failure. So I did go in very light-handed, but oh, okay. Mother is doing it. So I'm going back in again, and I want to start on the inner part and kind of bring it over, kind of do some nice windshield wiping motions. And I must say, these are very nice so far. I don't see any patchiness, and I don't see any kind of ashiness. This is very nice. So, and again, the NYX Proof It primer is literally, it's a clear primer. It's meant to kind of be a waterproof primer, so it's not canceling out any color on my eye or anything. So this is literally how it's showing up on my pigmented eye. I am going to go back in again just to kind of get a bit more wash of color from side to side. But yes, oh my gosh, okay, oh man. Oh, I'm so upset. I'm so upset. And you want to know I'm upset? Because this palette wasn't even on my radar. Again, because like I said, I have two small Pat McGrath palettes, but I've never used them because I'm more of a Natasha Denona person, although I absolutely do, I do know about Pat McGrath in the industry, and I absolutely respect everything she's done for the industry. I think that she has done amazing things. I think that she has really broken a lot of boundaries and barriers in the makeup industry, so I think she's fantastic. However, just makeup-wise, I've done Natasha Denona. But I love watching Kinky Sweat. If you don't know her, she's fantastic. You should go follow her. And she basically, any makeup you would want to have, she has. And she has all the Pat McGrath. And I was just like, you know what? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. And she really just talked me into it. And so now here I am. Oh my God, just loving this. And I'm girl, you need to send me a check. So go ahead, Alicia, Kinky Sweat. Go ahead and send me a check, because you need to pay for me to buy all these Pat McGrath palettes now, because now I'm behind in the game. She doesn't really go on sale that much, and I am loving the shadows thus far. Okay, so, oh man, that's beautiful. That is gorgeous. Now I do know that Mother Pat, her shimmers, her glimmers, she really prefers to work with the phalanges. Although you can use them with a brush, she really likes to use her fingers. So I have learned that for me, I used to be somebody who was like, I'm not going to use my fingers. I shouldn't have to use my fingers. Shadows should perform with a brush. What I have found is that shimmers, glimmers, satins, things like that sometimes do tend to work much better with your fingers and kind of the natural oils in the fingers. They almost work like a natural fix plus, and they really allow them to kind of shine and do their thing. So I am going to use my fingers. And again, I have just used the one color. I haven't deepened anything up. I may after I go ahead and decide on a shimmer. So I'm going to, now you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start, I am going to deepen up the corner very quickly. So I'm going to take my Wayne Goss number 20 brush, and I'm just going to deepen up the corner with the color, I believe it's Lunar Champagne, probably, possibly, no, Major Mahogany. I think it's Major Mahogany, and it's this color right here. It's this kind of deep brownish color. You know what? Ixnay that. I want to see how the purple is. So I am going to go in with Venomous Void, which is this purple right here. And because I kind of want to see how it's formulated, because I know that purples can be very difficult to formulate. So I kind of just want to see how this is, and just kind of put it right here in the outer crease. Oh my god, guys. I mean, I know that she is known for her shimmers, glimmers, you know, but guys, I didn't even pick up a ton. Oh my god, this is just beautiful. Oh, I'm just tapping in just a smidge more, not even a ton. I'm going to keep doing some circular motions, and I'm kind of bringing it into the lid, just kind of for blendability's sake, but this is absolutely beautiful. And I say that because purples are very hard to formulate, and they can look patchy very quickly, and this feels just so soft, so smooth. Like, I mean, look at that. That's just beautiful. I'm going to go back in with my original Wayne Goss 17 brush, which is what we put our first shade in, and I'm just going to kind of circular and blend just a bit, just to kind of get rid of any harsh edges I may have. But I definitely don't want to take away any of the color. I just want to, oh my gosh, guys, oh my god. And I'm just going back in again, no more extra color, but just feathering it up a bit. This is gorgeous. This is freaking gorgeous. This is okay. Okay, so now that we have that, what I want to do is I want to see how it works and performs with some other products. So BECCA has these new products called Light Gleams, and the Light Gleams happen to be, this is a dual-ended liquid eyeshadow to illuminate eyes like never before. One end, there's a pigmented primer that has a rich velvet color, and on the other end is kind of where you can get the glitter. So this is what it looks like, and I got mine, it is in the color Dusk. So if you see, it has like, this is what it looks like. This is the base. The base is this beautiful kind of green color, very kind of almost like little reflects of gold, and then this side has like the pinky gold topper. Now when I've used this before, this will wipe off. This is like waterproof almost. And I kind of want to put this on because I want to see how it will perform with Pat's glimmers. So what I want to do is I want to just use this end of it and not the other side. So if you look at it like this, let me show you. It comes out and it almost kind of looks like a concealer. So let me just wipe it here on my hand. It almost is kind of almost like concealer-y, if you can see that. I think that this would be beautiful, kind of, it's beautiful to top it with this too. So this is what you would kind of go over it with to top it and kind of give it some glimmer and shimmer. And I'd never heard of these, but these are really cool. I got this from Octoly. But so this is it. It's kind of like the matte and then the glimmer. And so this would be beautiful on, but I want to just use the green portion, and I want to go over, and then I want to apply some of Pat's glimmers. So let's go ahead and just take this and let's kind of put it on the eye. because I think this is going to be a really nice kind of purpley green fall autumn look, and it kind of helps you to almost do a cut crease without having to do a cut crease, because you kind of have this very flat doe foot applicator, and it dries down quick, but not so quick you don't necessarily have time to work with it, because you do have time to work with it. It's just you want to work clearly, you know, a little quicker than you maybe usually would. But this is what it looks like. I didn't have to dip back in. I really love this green shade. That's what it looks like. So what I want to do is I want to go back in now, because again, I want to see how this works. Both of them, I want to see how this works with a regular eyeshadow and how Pat's work with an eyeshadow. So I want to go back in with that purple color just right here on the edge, because we had a little bit kind of, oh wow, that works awesome. Okay, so as you guys can see, that looks beautiful. That went right over it. No troubles whatsoever. Just wiping a bit of it off, because I just want to be able to kind of blend here in the corner. And remember that that is a kind of liquid shadow, and I like how this blend is coming along right here. So it absolutely can perform with kind of this liquidy shadow. So if you're looking for like a matte shadow that you knew underneath would last through water and everything like that, these definitely would hold up with it, because they are blending beautifully so far. Again, just want to give it just a nice kind of all over blend. Really liking that. Now let's do the shadows. So Pat has two greens. She has a very kind of true green right here, this one right here, and then she has kind of like a kind of duo green right here. What I want to do is I want to go in with the true green right here on my finger. Oh, feels so nice. This, are you freaking kidding me? And I want to put this right over it. So like this gave it a nice base, and then I want to put this right over it. So let's kind of see what happens. Oh guys, because that BECCA, it sets so fast. There's just so many cars driving by today, and I have my window open because it's like that hot cold part of the season, which is chilly, but it's also a little warm, especially when you're in here with these lights. Guys, look at that. I am just stunned. Oh snaps. I think if Pat started doing more like a Natasha Denona and started coming out with these kind of smaller panned palettes for cheaper, that I would definitely be in some real trouble. Definitely would be in some real trouble, because these are just gorgeous. Now I do pull into my crease, and that of course is because I have a hooded eye, so I prefer to put some shimmer in my crease, because it's naturally going to go there anyway, so I want to be able to place it before it ends up there. The one thing I do need to use a kind of brush for with the glimmer is in my inner corner, because my little fingers can't get into it. So look guys, just how beautiful that is right there. So then in the inner corner, kind of not in the inner corner, but at the tip of my eyes, I think we're going to use I kind of want to use a purple. So I think what we're going to use here is kind of this purple, which almost mimics what we put in the outer corner earlier. I just want to kind of bring it all back. Oh my gosh, bring it all back together, guys. Stop. Oh my god, guys, this is gorgeous. Oh, I know some of you guys are just sitting there like, girl, we've been known. I know, y'all, but I was sleeping and now I'm awake. I was sleeping and now I'm awake, and I know my husband's gonna be like, girl, you need to go on and take that nap again, because this is just, I mean, look at how freaking beautiful that is. That is just absolutely gorgeous. Let me go ahead and kind of blend this out, bring it a little up around the green, make sure everything has a nice kind of blend to it. Everything is blending kind of seamless. Oh, I love it. I love, love, love this freaking eye. Like, Absolutely. And that was from the Wayne Gloss number 20 brush. I'm going to use the same brush to do my brow bone, which again, there's no matte. So I'm going to be taking a real risk here. I'm going to be using this color to do my brow bone. And I believe that that is called Lunar Champagne. It would have been much easier if these names were on the front of the palette. But again, that would have cost a little bit more money. So I totally get why it's not. And I'm not complaining, because I definitely appreciate this price point, especially now that I know that I am a Pat convert, and that I have seen the errors of my ways, that I should have been paying attention, and the fact that I have 2 palettes of hers that are just sitting in my drawer that I have not used. Yes, I just need somebody to forgive me for my sins, because I was slipping and tripping in the worst of ways, because this was just absolutely freaking gorgeous. So I'm going to do the other eye off camera, because we still do have a whole face to get to. I'll be back. I'll have my eyes done, and we will get into the rest of the look. So 2 shakes. Alright, y'all, I'm back. I got my mascara on, which I used the Kosas Big Clean Mascara. This has been my favorite mascara since it released. I absolutely love it. And guys, I'm loving this look. I also used my IT Cosmetics eyeliner. This, I didn't realize until I was putting everything on. Girl, she reminds me of Mardi Gras. Like, I am ready, set, Freddy to go. I'm feeling it. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Like, I am in freaking love. Oh, gosh. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put on some concealer, which is the Kosas concealer. We're just going to get some of these bags away, make it look like we've actually had a bit of sleep, do what we need to do in some areas, and get this going. So we are going to speed up through here, and then we get to our concealer. Okay, so that's one thing that I really like about the Kosas concealer, is that I feel like it blends out very quickly. I think that gives you like a nice lift. I do put my concealer on before my foundation. I know, old school, but it is how I do. I did not put any primer on. I just really wanted to kind of show you guys the Catrice foundation. I did already prep my skin, you know, just moisturizers and things like that, but I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this, but this is the Catrice Clean ID Hydro BB Cream. It says it's 99% natural ingredients, and it's vegan and non-comedogenic. This is in 040 Tan Warm. So I did get this sent to me also by Octoly, and I have used this, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. Maybe once I have it on with this gorgeous eye look, I will love it. I also want to notate that when I was putting on my concealer, I didn't notice any fallout. So for me, actually, I didn't have any fallout from these shadows. Shocker, surprise, I know, plot twist, but there was no fallout, so I don't know. This just has a little squeezy tube, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the back of my kind of foundation sponge. As you can see, it's pretty spot on match, which I'm excited about, because especially with drugstore, that frequently does not happen, where it will be a good enough match for me. It's always like too yellow, too red. It just isn't a good situation. So I tend to also, with my sponges, which I know some people hate, but I press and I kind of, you know, paint at the same time. It just is what it is. The sponge definitely absorbs a lot of it, because as you guys saw, I did have a decent amount, and the sponge did absorb it. I put just a little bit more on so I could get part of my nose, not underneath part of my nose. You know, make sure things are getting covered. So I did everything except for my forehead so far, and this is what it's looking like. It doesn't have a fragrant smell, but it kind of, in my mind, smells slightly like paint. I don't know what that is. Putting a little bit more in here. Now maybe if I went in with a brush, it would be a little bit better, but the problem is that I did go in with a brush the first time I used it, and when I did that, it looked absolutely horrible, and it may have just been the brush that I was using, but I was using my Wayne Goss foundation brush, and that brush never does me wrong, and it just looked really bad on my skin. Like, it showed every pore. It just was not something that I would have ever worn again if in fact I had just stopped with kind of that one application. Now with this, let me get a little closer. I kind of feel like it looks nice. I mean, for crying out loud, it's a BB cream. It's not going to be full coverage, which is fine with me because I don't care if it's full coverage. I don't care if it's a BB, CC. I'm kind of a gal who can do little coverage, no coverage, full coverage. I can do, you know, from light to full and everything in between. I'm not somebody who has to have full coverage or can only do light coverage. I just like formulations. I like colors to be correct, and I just like it to make my skin look the best that it can. And if that's full coverage, cool. If that's light coverage, cool. This is something that I really would have liked over the summer, because clearly it's a BB cream and it's not too heavy. This I like for working from home, because although I want to, when I see patients, I want to look presentable on telehealth. I don't have to necessarily do a full beat because it looks a little different when you're on camera, you know what I mean? So I don't have to, you can't really see all the things you would see necessarily in person. I think that my skin is fairly good enough where I don't have to have, thankfully, full coverage foundation for me to feel kind of okay about things. But this is what it looks like. Like I said, I think that it is a nice color match. I think it's nice. It smells not even like paint. It smells like ink. Like if you've ever had pens that broke and the ink came out of it, it kind of smells a little bit like ink. So I'm not sure what that is. But again, they said it's non-comedogenic, and I haven't had it break me out. They said that it's vegan and that it's 99% natural ingredients. So thus far, guys, I think it's good. Now, typically speaking, what I've recently been doing is setting up my Too Faced powder. I'm not going to do it with this because when using the sponge, although you put a lot on the sponge because it absorbs a lot, it doesn't cake a lot on your face. When I used the brush, it caked a lot on my face, and I had to use the powder to kind of keep it from slipping too much. But this has not slipped, so I think that we're good in that respect. Some other Catrice products that I got from Octoly were this huge Sungasm, which is a face and body highlighter. Like, how huge is this? Hello summer in the winter. And I got the Sungasm Illuminating Bronzer, and this is in Golden Ecstasy. So I'm going to put the bronzer on. You know what, I don't have it with me now. I would have usually, you know what, hold on, because I need to get my Fenty contour, because this is not going to be right unless I have my Fenty contour. So hold on a second. Okay, so it really is the Fenty bronzer, and this is in the color Caramel Cutie, but I use it as a contour because of the color. I really just don't feel right unless I have it. And so as you can see, I've hit pan on it, and I just need it. I just need it in my life. I want it in my life. So here we go. So I like to just, I don't want to say I'm haphazard with it per se, but I just feel like Fenty made such fantastic bronzers, and I have the cream ones also, but like I said, I don't use them as bronzers. I use them more as kind of like a warm contour. I know that contours typically are cooler, so you can create a shadow, yada yada yada, whoopty whoopty whoop. But for me, myself, and what I like to do is kind of use it, I guess, as a hybrid. Put it in the places where my contour would normally go, but warm it up. Because what I have found is that I have, like, I don't know, it's weird. Whenever I get matched for like foundations and things like that, and like, oh, what color jewelry do you wear? I find that I have more of a kind of cool toned. I can wear gold jewelry, I can wear silver jewelry, but I also have this like hint of olive that sometimes can have me looking just full casket ready. So what I tend to do is go for things that are warmer on my face, but then what happens is that they will be more red, more kind of like red orange, and I don't appreciate that, and I don't like it. So this Fenty bronzer to me is just a perfect kind of contour color to kind of give me the snatchness that I'm looking for, girl, on this jawline. Yes, because ooh, these we'll call these in the house, these QLBs. I think we all know what those are. You know, they've been trying to hit hard, so it gives me like a nice look there without it looking like it's a 5 o'clock shadow, because it's not so kind of cool toned. So I don't know, for me and my face, I prefer to have a warmer toned bronzer, which I know, or I'm sorry, warmer toned contour, which I know is kind of not the beauty standard to do that, but it's what works for me, and it's what I like kind of on my face. Like, see, like this is what I kind of like on my face, and it provides that warmth back to me, because again, I do tend to have, you know, a neutral, cool, but yet olivey undertone that can have me just looking all kinds of crazy if I were to in fact choose the shades that were appropriate for my face. So I am just loving it. I think it takes very little to blend it out. And I do kind of, again, I use it almost like it's a bronzer, because I put it places where normally your contour wouldn't go, but I just love it. That is my holy grail. I will always have that. So now let's go ahead and get into Sungasm. So Sungasm is the illuminizing bronzer from Catrice. Typically, I do not use the illuminizing bronzer. Typically, what I use is my Kosas bronzer. You guys know that all day, every day. That is my, oh, I feel like I have like a hair for my brush, ride or die, but we're gonna use this one. This is a nice shade, again, a little more shimmery than I would choose to go, although the Kosas one is shimmery, it's more kind of lit from within. So we'll see how this one does. This is also a little more brown toned, as you can see, where the Kosas is a little more red, which I actually do like the little bit of red, because it gives it a little bit of that kind of almost sunburny kind of look. And your girl doesn't do the sun, so I don't have that natural sun-kissed look. So we'll see how this is. Now I also put this in places you probably shouldn't put it. I put it very high, because for me on my face, when I go out, ooh, that's actually very nice. When I go out in the sun, although not frequent, this is kind of where I notice the sun hits me. I do tan very quickly. I don't burn per se, but your girl will tan. If I'm out there 2-3 minutes, no matter how much sunscreen I have on, I have tan lines already where my tank top straps are. It's just my sweet, sweet skin. The sun just loves it and tans me right on up. Actually, that's not bad. And that was actually very smooth. Oh, okay. Let's just put some more. I nearly put it right here, where like your sunglasses would kind of go to. And I put just a little right here. Did Catrice and Pat just get me all the way together? Minus that little piece from my brush. Oh my God, guys. I thought I was just gonna come on and do a little quick something, and here we are. Okay, I see you, Catrice. I hadn't seen you before, girl, but I see you. You are invited to the barbecue. This is awesome. This is okay. I'm liking it. I'm loving it. All right, now let's see how this highlight's gonna do me. So this highlight, now this is for face and body, so this means it has a lot of kick to it. And this is Sungasm. This is also vegan, like everything else. This is this is massive and hard to open. Ooh, and it closed on me. So let's try to get it open again. Here we go. I don't think we're ever going to use through this. So let me kind of... Ooh, that's a little white for me. So we're going to have to... I'm using my Wayne Gloss number 2 brush. So we're going to have to be a little light. I'm just kind of stroking it just a little bit. And I just want to... Because usually I go for something a little more golden. Oh. Is Catrice? Who didn't call me and talk about the Catrice? Who didn't invite me to the barbecue? Because y'all were leaving me out of Catrice, guys. Okay, so this is no highlight. This right here is no highlight. This is just light. And then remember, we do have that bronzer on, and that was a little glowy. But this is with the highlight, guys. Some of y'all was lying to me, because some of y'all did not invite me to the barbecue. And y'all were over here talking about Catrice and just left me all the way out, because this is freaking gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Stop. Then we're going to do a little where I would. Little. Dab-a-do above the eyebrows because we want to make sure we are looking glowy. Dab-a-do right there. Guys, okay. I feel like I'm all together. Now it's October, but you want to know what? We've been inside for the last 8 months, so it's summer in here, it's spring in here, it's whatever it is I want it to be on any given Sunday. I'm really loving this. I think that this is a beautiful look, and I didn't have quite high hopes. These were all new products, so I didn't have super high hopes for this, but we have really come together. So what we're going to do is we're going to blush it up with the Note blush, and this is in number 5, Desert Rose. I love this blush. Again, motorcycle going by. I usually use my stippling brush, but I have no idea where it's at, so I'm going to use my Luxie 660 brush. I do go a little heavy on the blush, guys. Do not fear, and I do this thing called the Santa Claus application, where I really focus kind of on the balls of my cheeks, tapping, and then I kind of go backwards. For me, my face, I just like that. Then I take my brush, wipe it off on my color switch, and then I kind of go in and blend it. I feel like this gives me the most sun-kissed natural look. It may seem haphazard to some, but I feel like you have to put makeup on for your face shape. I can't be doing my makeup the way Kim K does her makeup, because our faces are shaped very differently, and so it's going to look very differently. So I have to highlight my features the way that I like my features to be highlighted. Some people don't like a little chubby cheek to be highlighted. I do. I like that Cabbage Patch Doll kind of style. I like my little Care Bear nose to be kind of highlight. So, you know, it just depends on what you like. So this look has got me all together. This, I'm like, what? I'm getting ready to go downstairs and finish watching The 100 because I'm on season 7. That's where this look is about to take me. So the hubby's gonna have to enjoy this look himself. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get the lips going. This is also something new. I got this from my BoxyCharm add-on, and this is the Marc Jacobs Honey, and this is the gloss stick. So this is what it looks like. This is actually the color of it, and you open it and it's actually a stick. It looks very nice. So let me kind of put it right here for you guys. That's what that looks like right there. Very nice, just kind of a beautiful kind of nude with shimmer. So it's kind of like a nude caramel with some shimmers, and I think that this is appropriate for the look. So the lip isn't overtaking anything, you know, it's giving it just enough of something. Guys, this look, I wish I was going into the office, because this look has just got me all the way together. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do the under eye. So I think what I'm going to do is I don't want to do too much on the kind of lower lash line. What I'm going to use is this one of these Shanny brushes that I really like. It's just kind of, you know, kind of tapered, pencil-y type brush here. And I think what I'm going to do, because there's not many mattes, I think we're going to use the one matte we didn't use, which is kind of like this brick red color right here. We're going to go ahead, take that, and we're going to just kind of, ooh, yes, connect. I don't want to do too much, but I definitely want it to be there. I wanted to do this very close to the lower lash line without poking myself in the eye. So don't want to talk too much, because that's when tragedy strikes. Just want to connect it right there in the edge. Oh my gosh, guys. This is freaking gorgeous. And then I think just to kind of add a little touch of something else, I do want to go ahead and I think I want to take kind of that duochrome right here, this kind of duochrome green that we were looking at. I kind of want to just maybe put a dash of this in the center, which is slightly hard because it is a little glittery, but I just want to just see. We can just put a dash of that in the center. If it doesn't work, that's okay, but let's just see. Okay, you have to pack it on a little bit. Oh my god. But it's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, this is really nice. Gives it just enough kind of extra special something right underneath. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the inner corner. So the inner corner, we're going to go back in with our Wayne Goss 20 brush. And for this, I'm going to really just kind of keep it semi-simple. And I'm just going to go in with this kind of copper shade right there. But who needs simple? Actually, we're going to go with this duochrome purple right here in the corner. Because you know what? Yellow out. We're already here. Let's go ahead and just duochrome it up. Let's see. Let's kind of see. Again, we're picking it up with a brush versus our fingers. And we know that Pat likes to... Oh my god. Guys. Stop. Okay. Okay. Now I see where all my holiday coinage is going to be going. It's clearly going to be going to Pat. I mean, can I get on a PR list? Pat, are you watching? Are you listening? Who do I need to contact? Because I have been sleeping, and I am so sorry, because you are the truth. Oh my god. This is so beautiful. Just kind of bringing it down and around. It's freaking gorgeous. Okay, so lastly, we're going to put on some bottom lash mascara because I feel like that really just brings everything together. So let's go ahead and do this. Speed through it, of course. Alright, so we are done. We have everything perfect. Love, love, love it. I think we're going to give it just a quick spray. The Ciate Londyn Everyday Vacay. I am almost out of it. This is in my project pan, and this is amazing. I'm almost done, so let's just do a quick. It's spritzing because it's finished. Ooh, okay. Okay, so while this is drying, let's talk. Palette, absolutely. If you have never used the Pat McGrath palette, go on to get you this one. Yes, there's only 3 mattes, so you might be using this as a palette to pair with some other things, but let me tell you, this is the best $7 to $8 you will have ever spent on a makeup product. This is worth it 100%. The package cardboard, it's not her traditional kind of like that very luxurious black I don't know what that is even made out of plastic, but this is substantial. It feels substantial. The mirror stays up for you. You know, that was the other way. The mirror stays up for you so you don't have to hold it. The colors are gorgeous. We used ourselves today. Geez, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 or 9 colors we used today, and it came out, it was a beautiful look. So again, the best $7 to $8 you will spend on eyeshadow. Recommend. Again, the Kosas mascara, always recommend. Clinique is what I used underneath. The Kosas concealer, absolutely recommend. Let's talk about the BECCA. This was awesome, especially for the green kind of metallic shadow for the Pat McGrath to sit on. This was beautiful. So I think that I would definitely buy more of these in the future to use with other palettes and by themselves. I think that they're very pretty, and I would love to use this on its own to give it another look. I thought that the Catrice BB cream, this was surprising because when I used it with the sponge, although it absorbed a lot, I thought that it looked beautiful. And this is kind of a little bit of a heavy eye look, guys. This ain't just grocery store, but I think that this kind of evened out my skin enough to hold up with this eye look and not feel like you have to put on a full face of foundation or kind of throw lashes and stuff on with it, because again, I just have mascara on. So I really enjoyed this, and I really thank Octoly for sending me that and for sending me the BECCA products. The last 2 Catrice products, we had the Sungasm. Guys, can we take a minute? This is nice, and if you look at it, this isn't glittery. This literally melted into my skin. That's what I like about it. You'll never get done with this. It's so huge, and it literally melted into my skin. Now the Sungasm Luminizing Bronzer, this was a shock. So this was the shock of the day, minus the palette, because again, I have a bronzer that I love already, but this, again, it melted into my skin. It gave me the kind of like that burnt reddish orangish look that I'm looking for, and it really did a fantastic job. So I'm very, very thoroughly impressed with everything. So again, thank you to Octoly for sending me the Catrice items and the BECCA items. I really enjoyed those. And then thank you, Pat, for making this palette. I would have thanked you even more if you had sent it in PR. But I purchased it. I love it. And I'm actually now like, wow, I think maybe I should. I'm thinking about possibly purchasing another one to give away. I don't know. I don't know. It depends on how the funds is looking. But that is a fantastic palette. So guys, this is the look. Everything's done. If you enjoyed this video, please give me 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and notification bell. Follow me on Instagram. And until next time, guys, I love you so much. Please let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you like this palette? What are your experience with these products if you've used them already? And until next time, guys, I will miss you. I love you. And I will see you in my next video. I love you guys.